Hello everybody, welcome to the MCN for Monday. Lots of things to go over. And obviously a lot of things went down over the weekend. Of all the events and information that was dropped on Friday, there's 5 videos breaking stuff down, including one massive video and then several ones that kind of go over the topics in a little bit more detail. So go and check them out. But something I just want to forewarn everybody is that the update is meant to be hitting in on Wednesday. I'm sure people will be like, oh, well, the update's normally Monday or Tuesday, but do bear in mind because it's daylight savings time and also some other things, I think that's probably the reason that Kabam are putting the update in on Wednesday. It probably will be new update and then it will be new content. So do bear in mind the update is likely to go in on Wednesday, not Tuesday, not tomorrow. So if it's earlier than that, then it's earlier than that. But the information I've been provided with is that the update will be going on then, including AI changes and so much more. So do bear in mind there is going to be a lot of that stuff. Next up, and shout out to MCOC Avenger. So this is linked in the description to go and check it out. It's a damage over time types of attack infographic. This is pretty cool and kind of details a lot of things when it comes to, you know, damage over time. Of course, a lot of people have referenced that dot champions are going to be more important when it comes to Necropolis. Of course, we're very early stages with that. We can do a lot of theorizing about Necropolis, but I would say it's best that we know what's going on with the content. A lot of people are doing rank ups right now for champions. And I don't know if I overly advise that because it's like jumping the gun for something you don't know until you've experienced, and it's all about experiencing the full extent of it. But this was great to kind of go like, okay, well, there's damage over time, what types of attacks, different types of attacks, what they do, extension from that, and all that stuff. So go and check this out in the link in the description. Shout out to MCOC Avenger. Go and follow them on Twitter. And now on to an incredible video, which actually is really damn popular at the moment. So 106,000 people have already seen this here. This is by Nick Coss. As always, please go and support Nick Coss. So this is a Insomniac version of Spider-Man Symbiote versus, I think, various different types of Spider-Man. Definitely Spider-Man 2099, which is the Across the Spider-Verse version, which, to be honest, this is probably one of the best, I want to say is the best one that Nick Coss has done yet, and I really strongly recommend going and see it. You know, we've got Black Cat right there as Black Cat Symbiote, but I would say that this is up there. Like if there was a top 5, this would definitely be like number 2 or number 1, just because it's so well done. I think the Spider-Man 2099 Across the Spider-Verse version is fantastic. The movements are like insane, like absolutely insane. I love this little bit right there. It's just like it's just so good. It just looks exactly like from Across the Spider-Verse. Please go and check this out in the link in the description. Support Nick Coss. It's amazing. Right, and now let's go on to a clarification of cheating. One thing that people have reached out to me and asked the question is, well, how are Kabam defining this cheating element to it? Do bear in mind, some people were like really confused about the video I posted on Saturday, which was the thing about, you know, the MSD joke thing. It's a joke, by the way. It's not the real MSD. The extent of, if you haven't watched the video, some people have taken stuff in a different direction and kind of thought that I meant something else. Watch videos, because there's jokes and there's context, and if you miss the joke and the context, then you're reacting incorrectly. I would just stress that for that, but it's funny reading some things about that. But some other things that I have read from people and questions asked towards me is about, will I be banned? So one thing we took away from the video that I posted, and look, is the confusion. It's kind of like, it's not it was kind of hypocrisy from Kabam. It's kind of not. It's kind of like unclear. So I'm just going to enlarge this particular element here, because there's stuff like, what won't get your account flagged for actioning will include going long winning or losing streaks, being bad at the mode and losing a lot, but then there's things that kind of like entering into matches with weaker decks. I mean, that's a definite. pausing to make your losing match longer. Well, again, trying to fake effort while trying to lose, and it's like that I think right there. How can you quantify that? Because there's times where, you know, this weekend I've only been able to do 3 fights. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I'm hopefully in the evening I'm able to play a bit more. But there's one I had a fight where I lost inputs and I dropped inputs, so that meant that I was kind of going quite well, and it looked like I just threw. Well, I didn't. I didn't get any inputs, and because of as a result, it's like, well, how does that like come across? Does that come as trying to fake effort while trying to lose? You know, any form of manipulating your fight data, losing a bunch of matches in a row at 0 medals in order to skew the data. Like, how do you properly identify that? I kind of feel like the clarity is way off. Well, not the clarity, but kind of the element of how do you test that? Like, you can't put yourself in everybody's shoes and go, this is how they played. It's going to be a case of like, yeah, you might be able to pick up some patterns, and some patterns are going to be different to others. I'm not saying Kabam is stupid, but there's going to be an extent of like, how do you properly go about accusing people of how they play? You know, we can't all play like FinTech, we can't all play like MSD, we can't play like Pepe, we can't play like, not a lot of us are able to play like that. Some of us, you know, get by plucky courage and, you know, in a running race finishing one before last, because, you know, reasons. But in any case, clarity is a bit of a thing. I've had a few people reach out to me and say like, I've been sandbagging. Don't sandbag then. If you are sandbagging, and just to kind of fully kind of like clarify stuff, you do fall under entering matches into with weaker decks. So that will probably be like, you have a good chance of being banned. But Kabam have like responded back to this thread with a little bit more information. So there was a question here to Kabam Jax, which is entering matches with weaker decks. So now Kabam will tell you what deck to use. Why does each time you try to fix something? Well, it's not. That's basically sandbagging. If I have 2 or 3 decks to play, it's my decision which one I prefer to use. If that's not part of the player's freedom to show us what part of the terms are. Basically, I think this person's getting a little bit kind of like irate, unless they're a sandbagger. Don't need to be irate, but basically it is talking about this. We're talking about loading up 2-star decks here. We're talking about intentionally trying to lose, not punishing you or restricting freedoms by controlling your deck. So that at least gives you an idea. The Kabam, what they're referring to is, you know, so I've seen this on we actually covered this, I think, when we were doing some coverage where people were putting 2 stars in their deck. So yeah, if you are kind of sandbagging by that means, right, that's probably what you should watch out for, and that's where, you know, the punishment will lie. So that is a bit of a forewarning to everybody. Now, in a part 2 to this, look, over the weekend, lots of bans. 2,000 accounts were banned between Friday night and Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world, your time frame. Of course, there's going to be some sad news for certain players. This particular player says, I gave it to a person to pass the content. Guys, don't ever do that. We're going to be talking about later on today, I think it is. I've got a video about people are doing merc services for stuff, and we need to go over that. Oh god. And people are stealing kind of like artwork without crediting, not stealing, but not crediting the artwork from the source, which I try and do as much as possible. If I use anything like MCC Avenger, Super Duper Boo, Cat Murdoch, Misty K, you know, any time that we can reference stuff on the channel, there's props given, there's links in descriptions as best as I possibly can. If I forget, I forget, but they're always mentioned in the content. But that's another story for another video. I didn't know that he was using cheats because his allies also give him to pass it. Don't do that. Banned for more than 2 months. I decided to trust it, and it's possible to somehow do this so that they can unban me and take away the rewards for which I receive for passing. Please unban me for this. For this game is the only thing that makes me live. There's other games like I do play other games at the weekend. I think a lot of other people would. It'd be very sad if like MCOC was your only game. And for me as well, like this game, I think in the new year is actually going to be my only playing game, because it's just taking so much. It's taking so much, and I think like the amount of content that one has to do, and I know people will say you don't have to do every piece of content. Things are very different nowadays. If Kabam are putting rare pieces in different bits of content, and as well are putting things like 7 stars in stores to get incursion artifacts, loyalty, like Kabam are changing the script with this, and they're literally taking a lot of your time. I've diverted away on different topics, which I need to kind of devote to separate videos, but the game has changed. I have nothing but this game. Give me one more chance, and I'll never give my account to strangers again. Don't make me say goodbye to this game. That's sad. I mean, it's a sad story. It's a sad situation. And it gets more and more absurd because I'm from an orphanage. I have nothing. I work every day for pennies for 15 hours to survive. The only thing that brought me pleasure was this game. Playing it, I calmed down. I even donated to this game, even knowing that then I would have to live with 1 package of bread today. I don't even know what to do. To be honest, this becomes a very... This story here deserves it's an Oscar-winning story, to be honest. Like, yeah, I can see, you know, Brad Pitt playing the lead. I write everywhere I can, but they don't help. All I want to play is a game. I don't want to start again because with so many memories with the previous account. I know I had that if I create a new account, that will also be banned, but it will be only banned if you cheat or do bad things on it. I don't think I'll survive this, and now I decided to write on the forum in the hope that the cabs will consider their decision. I've never used cheats in my life. All I wanted was to play this game. Well, look, only trust you and you alone. That's the thing. This is just what you got to do. So I thought I'd share this because it's like it's a sad story, but at the same time, don't cheat. I mean, look, not everybody follows this channel, not everybody watches all the videos, but I would stress if you're gonna watch this video and watch my videos, the message always is don't cheat, because things like this. If any of those 2,000 people that you know that were banned, you know, you should know about account sharing and stuff like that. God, it's a crazy to think that 2,000 accounts were banned, and as I said, it's a problem when at least maybe many of those 2,000 may have done things like merc services, allow piloting. Like if you've done those things and you think, oh, it's fine, I'll just let somebody play my account. No, it's not going to end well, and this player learned the hard way with this one. There's also some other kind of context of where they live, but I don't know if it's not relevant to this particular situation with this one. But yeah, there's a lot of bands that have gone out, and of course, people have their story to tell when it comes to this. So I don't know whether or not people are going to be making some gains when it comes to Battlegrounds and how that works as a standing. But this was something, as we said on Thursday, we needed to have a ban wave. The ban wave came in, and it was effective. Hopefully it helps out with people making some gains in Battlegrounds, especially going into the final week and a bit before the event stops. Now let's end the show as we normally do with arena results and predictions. Results for Hyperion and for Moondragon. I've got some early results for you for the arenas. Hyperion, 51.9 mil, position 277. Going close to that 400 kind of mark, we got 47 mil, and I think that's where we're going to get some good predictions for that. Moondragon, even, I can't speak properly. We're coming close to like 24 mil, position 281. Gives you a bit of an idea, and 12.7 mil for a 5-star. So look, the champions went a little bit lower than expected. Thanks to everybody that submitted any kind of results, whether on Twitter, the community tab page, and as well on Discord. Very helpful information. And yeah, predictions wise, I'm going with 50 mil for Hyperion 6-star, 20 mil for the 5-star version, 22 mil for the 6-star Moondragon, and 12.5 mil for Moondragon as a 5-star. So that's my predictions for those champions, and good luck in the round 2 and on with the grind. Thanks as well for the support on the channel as always. It's going to be a very busy week, especially because I'm personally going to be battling out to try and get Battlegrounds done and do Arena and cover the new releases, because obviously new content. Will I be jumping into Necropolis? Probably got some videos in and around Necropolis, but I'll let you know about that. Watch the channel. We've got some really interesting content surrounding that, and also free-to-play guides, which are coming soon. Check out some other content located on screen. Catch up with the weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.